Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel, Exodus Safaris and Homes, and I'm your host, Alice. Today we are going to look at a very exciting topic, okay, and that is we are going to learn about 7 things, okay, 7 things about Kenyans that you did not know. Our number one thing that you're going to look into is the Kenyan wristbands. For many Kenyans, these bracelets, which come in a variety of designs, are more than just jewelry. They are a tangible reminder of their background, home, and family, acting as a connection to their roots, especially for those living abroad. The bracelets can also serve as a way to identify with other Kenyans and foster a sense of community, both within Kenya and among the diaspora. Yes, and a foreigner was spotted wearing this at the Olympics. Number two, religion. Christianity is the dominant religion in Kenya, with an estimated 85% of the population identifying as Christians. A significant portion of the Christian population is Protestant, including evangelical, while Roman Catholics also constitute a larger group. Islam is the second largest religion in Kenya, followed by other faiths like Buddhism, Hinduism, and traditional religions. Number three, we have sukuma wiki and ugali. Okay, sukuma wiki is a vegetable, kale that can be stir fried with onions, tomatoes, and other spices. But I like mine just fried with onions and salt and nothing else. Okay, so it derives its name from, or its name translates to stretching the wick in Swahili. And then ugali is a thick corn meal that is made out of maize. We don't say corn, we say maize. Yes, it is made out of maize meal or corn meal paste, and it is a stable starch in the Kenyan cuisine. Okay, and this dish, you'll find it in most Kenyan homes. Okay, like in all Kenyan homes, Kenyans love sukuma wiki and ugali because it can also go with a variety, of stews and other accompaniments. Okay, so in a Kenyan home, you're not going to go for more than a week without having your ugali and sukuma wiki. Number four, the Maasai Shuka and lesso. These ones are a must-have in any Kenyan home. Okay, I don't care who you are. But if you're a Kenyan, you have either Maasai Shuka or you have a lesso, but let us look into them. The Shuka is a symbol of the Maasai connection to the land and their nomadic lifestyle. They may be tied to the Maasai community, but almost every Kenyan home has at least one of them. The Shuka is also a practical garment, providing protection from the harsh weather. Okay, they can also be used when you're going for picnics. They can also be used as a gift. You can decide to gift somebody these Maasai Shukas. Okay, they can also be used on the sofa. They can be decorative because of their happy colors. Okay, they are colorful. Today, the Shuka fabric is gaining recognition in the fashion world, with designers incorporating it into their collections. So let us go into the lessos. Ladies, how are you? Because this is, the men can get away with Maasai Shukas, but the ladies will definitely need the lessos. The lesso is also known as kanga. This rectangular piece of pure fabric textile, which is well loved in East Africa. They have traditional borders that are designed with bold, vibrant prints, The lower border has a fashion of incorporating Swahili sayings and proverbs into the lessos. They usually come in pairs, and a pair of lesso is known as gora. The legacy of the lesso is a symbol of unity, empowerment, and self-expression, remains unstoppable and deeply rooted in the hearts and minds of Kenyans and Tanzanians alike. They are found in all African homes. Trust me on that one. And mostly worn by women and have a variety of uses. They can serve as the African apron, usually during functions or even at home when people you respect are around, like your male relatives, especially if you're married, okay? You're even gifted at your wedding, a couple of lessos, to just tie around your waist, okay? When your male relatives or anybody that you honor is around, as a show of respect for them, okay? Because you don't want to be indecent, you don't want to, you just don't want to appear disrespectful in any form of way, especially if it's your in-laws around. So every woman, every married woman is gifted this one as a gift, okay? And will not fail to have a Kenyan home with it also, even every woman, okay? So long as you're Kenyan, okay, you have one somewhere, okay? You can't miss it in your household. They are widely used in dowry ceremonies where the bride gives her aunties with a pair as a symbol of honor, at least in the Bantu communities. I come from the Bantu communities, and one of the tradition about the Bantu communities is that during the dowry ceremony, as a young girl that is in the road to be married, okay, you give your aunties, you count all your aunties on your paternal side and on your maternal side, and you have to give them, a gift. And we usually give them, from the Kamba community, usually give them these lessos and we tie them around. If they're not there, we can give whoever is around to go and take it to them, okay? Also, if you dress indecent and you happen to be in the villages, you can use it to cover yourself up, okay? You're dressing indecently, okay? You're in the village, okay? You want to wear your trousers and maybe they are a little bit too tight and you're concerned about that. You want to wear your dress and it's a little bit short above the knees. So what you're going to do is that you're going to take one of these lessos, okay, and tie them around you as you go about your duties in the house. They are also widely used during the circumcision, especially this is now when you get to see maybe a male child, the male, mostly a child, with a lesso, okay? They are circumcised, like the Kamba community where I come from. We tend to circumcise, our boys when they are just maybe in class 4, that is in the 4th grade, okay? Before they even go to, when they go to class 8, that will be too far for us, for them that is. So it depends from community to community, okay? But as we like to circumcise them when they're as young as in grade 4, I think that would make them around 10 years old, okay, thereabout. And then that is the only time that, because they cannot wear normal clothing, the trousers, because they're a little bit too tight, and then, okay, and they may not be comfortable for them during that time, during circumcision. So they are usually tied. That's when you get to see the little boys, okay, the male gender now adorning the lassos, okay. Number 5, okay, number 5 is the dowry, okay. If you're a foreigner and you're coming to marry a Kenyan or an African woman, dowry, okay. A woman in Africa is the man that marries the woman, okay. It's only in English or in the West where we can say that they are married, but here the woman is married, okay. and a dowry is paid. So in Kenya, a promise of dowry refers to a legal binding commitment made by a groom to pay a bride price to the bride's family. Here, it is the man who marries the woman. The dowry is usually accompanied by a very big ceremony, lots of food and drink. The customs usually vary from one community to another. It's usually the groom's side who have to adhere to the bride's custom, however strange they are. It is also during these functions where you can get to learn more about a community's customs and traditions. Then number 6 is the Great Christmas Migration. Okay, if you've never been to Kenya, you know during the Christmas holidays you'll be surprised, where did the people go? Okay, during this time every Kenyan, okay, is heading back to their rural villages, okay, where they came from. Okay, this is a large-scale movement of Kenyans, typically from urban areas like Nairobi, to their cultural hometowns and ancestral villages for Christmas and New Year celebrations, often causing significant traffic congestion and increased demand for public transport. During the Christmas holidays in Kenya, all roads lead home. Trust a Kenyan to go home for Christmas. This leaves the streets of Nairobi deserted until the festivities are over. So Nairobi during the Christmas holidays, it is a lonely affair. Number 7, the last one, okay? This is about nannies. This is about house helps, or rather domestic workers, the way you call them, the way, feels comfortable to you. These are people that you're going to find at majority of Kenyan homes, especially where there are children, okay, providing their services, for a fee or for a pay. Okay, they can be boarders, those that they board, throughout, and maybe you can decide to give them a break maybe over the weekends, or they can be those ones that just come during the day, and they work for you, they clean, they cook, they do all that stuff, and then you pay them by the end of the day. The choice is usually yours. But domestic help is affordable in Kenya, and some of them can come trained, while others you can decide, that you're going to train them yourself. So that brings us now to the end of the 7 things, okay, that you need to know about Kenyans and about Kenya. I'm just going to emphasize that if you want to know more also about communities, their customs and traditions, they will always stand out at weddings and also during burial or send-off ceremonies. So if you find this video useful, I suggest that you give it a thumbs up. Also, you can also subscribe for more videos like it. Okay, if there's something that you want me, to make a video on, I suggest that you interact with me in the comment section. Okay, until next time, okay, it's bye.